Hi, good day everyone. Once again, this is Smo, and this is another day for another War Legends video. And as you can see, I'll be playing as the light faction for today's video that I don't usually do. But yeah, I'll be starting this game with my usual. I'll be training a lot of workers for efficient resources gathering. So once I see that I have enough workers, I'll be starting to build my first structure, which is the barracks. So I can train my first unit not to attack my enemy, rather to spy on them so I can predict what kind of army he or she will be utilizing. And after building the first structure, I'll be following up with the farm to increase my food so I can train more troops and summon them on the map.
Construction complete.
Alright, and I started training my first unit, and as you can see, there is not much of a movement with my base because at the same time I'm focusing on gathering resources. Remember, you don't have to use your resources every time that you have them. You need to strategize on how you will spend your gold and wood. And as you can see, I proceeded on building my second barrack so I can train units faster. In that way, if in any case my first set of units has been wiped out, I can train my second batches much faster because I have two barracks.
Awaiting order. On my way.
And as you can see, the enemy already have two swordsmen that outnumber my units, but at least he doesn't know that I have only one unit, so
Our forces are
he
under attack.
didn't rush my base.
Construction complete.
And as you can see, I was able to upgrade my citadel to the tier 2, so that's why I'm building my dwarven forge at the same time with a factory, because I was planning on spamming helicopters, because when I visited his base I was able to notice that he doesn't have the elven tree, so there might be a chance that my opponent will be utilizing dwarves and swordsmen, and that put him in a great disadvantage if I will be spamming a lot of helicopters, because those army doesn't have the capacity to hit
Construction complete.
or attack airborne
Our
units.
forces are under attack.
Unfortunately, on my second visit to spy on his base, he is building an elven tree, which means he will be utilizing archers, and that puts me in a disadvantaged position because archers are greater than helicopters when it comes to damage input. And as you can see, I am fighting his swordsman here just to secure the chest. And despite knowing that he will be utilizing the archers, I still keep going and spam helicopters.
Complete.
Sir, yes, sir. Forward march.
Yes. Resources collected.
Building it. Orders. On my way.
Enemy detected.
Location. Doctor is here. Cat is saying. Ah, don't die. Let's go. Work. Orders. Sir, yes, sir. On guard. We got fuel.
Construction complete. Enemy detected.
Radiation. Iron. Hidden in the clouds. Iron high. In position. Propellers are spinning.
Yes, my lord. Yes.
Got it saying.
Alright, so in this case, I'm trying
Army
to,
limit reached.
I was planning to capture this totem of gold, but I suddenly bump into my enemy's army. So as you can see, he is utilizing one archer, and I believe it will increase later with a combination of the knights. So
Wing the air.
when you look at that kind of matchup or combination of army, I am in total disadvantage.
Enemy detected.
But in this fight,
Upgrade complete.
where I would like you to focus on is how I micromanage my units. Because what we can learn from this video or from my play in this game is that even you do have not so good army composition, you can still win with the correct or with an appropriate strategy when it comes to pull and push strategy.
Construction complete.
So later I'll be showing that to you on how I wiped out his army, even though that I have a not so good army compared to his.
Heroic deeds await. Forward
The
march.
point is captured.
We got fuel. Iron.
Awaiting order.
And as you can see, I did not let my enemy to have all the vision on the map. Watchtower doesn't have any damage, but it will help you to navigate through the map and to know where is your enemy at, so you know where you will be going. And as you can see, this is the first committed battle between us. So I sent back, I pulled out my helicopters backwards and let my knight and my hero to tank the archers, and then once the archers change target to my ground units, I fasten and sent them again into the battle and targeting lock the archers to wipe them out, so I don't have any threats for my helicopters, and that gave me an advantage towards my enemy because the knights cannot kill or cannot inflict damage to airborne units unless one knight decided to throw his horse or something like that. But yeah, as you can see, I am still utilizing, or my primary army still are revolving around helicopters.
Sir, yes, sir. Got it.
Well, compared to my loss and to my opponent's loss, he suffers greatly than mine.
Job done.
Enemy detected.
Faith is my choice.
The point is
And
captured.
as you can see, I built my
The point is lost.
structure there for healers, so because I have very few ground units, right? So what I would like to happen is for my hero to tank
Construction complete.
multiple shots or damage. At the same time, I was able to heal him for endurance, so my hero can endure longer in the fight while my helicopters are trying to wipe out my opponent's army. And as you can see, I utilize also the dwarves for AoE damage because later I'll be showing you. Alright, so my enemy started to engage and commit to the fight, and I sent out my army backwards to make sure that my turret is being utilized, and I sent out or pull out my helicopters backward and sent forward my dwarves for AoE damage towards the enemy's archer, and I sent back again my helicopters for another AoE damage. So by doing that, I was able to clear my opponent's army backline, and the only units stay there alive are the healers, which are not good at fighting.
Elite
Enemy
chose
detected.
me.
Okay, so as you can see here, that is not a good strategy from my opponent, because the elemental will be spawning soon
Faith is
and
my
will be
guide.
available for capturing. And
Healing
I
forward.
have initial,
Elite chose
I
me.
still have
Under control.
some units to survive that
The
fight,
summoning
and
stone
I'll be
here.
replenishing my ranks here. I am spamming my army,
Yours elemental was summoned.
so I'm training helicopters, even dwarves and swordsmen, and
I
bikers.
protect you.
And
Construction
as you can
complete.
see, I
Enemy
am
detected.
capturing what I can, such as the
Right
Your
idea.
gold
ally is under attack.
totem. And as you
Over
can
there.
see, my opponent's army or
Upgrade complete.
units composition are much greater. It is composed of knights, fox riders, and archers. Those are very
Cast aside
expensive
your doubt.
Your ally is under attack.
units.
The point is
And
captured.
he has this the owl rider or the wind rider or the wind mage. So that's the reason I tried to build my elven tree so I can train archers, because helicopters cannot hit or inflict damage to airborne
Construction complete.
units. So that is why I
The point is
built
lost.
my elven tree, and with a follow-up of the barracks. So I see my enemies preparing again to attack my base. So what I did here is I sent all my helicopters to his base to assassinate his base, to do a counter attack while also defending my base. So what I did here is I just tried to defend my base, building a lot of turrets as much as possible,
Our base is under attack.
and at the same time attacking my opponent's base, destroying his factories and other training structures. And we all know training structures are expensive. Meanwhile, the only structure that I'm losing are turrets, and I can afford that actually. So I was able to clear his army. So basically, his assault toward my base failed. Meanwhile, my helicopters are still at his base, destroying a lot of training structure that are expensive. So first, resources wise, it is expensive. Second, if I was able to destroy his training structures, he won't be able to train instantly a number of units. So anytime at this moment, I can
I protect you.
go to his base and perform an assault. But I don't I won't be doing that because I don't have any artillery that I can use to destroy his structures instantly. So charging
Aside your doubt.
in a base that has turrets, artillery turrets, anything defense mechanism without any catapults or the artillery, that is a suicide. You will be losing a lot of units. It means that you will spending a lot of resources again. So I will be not doing that because that is a total suicide. But yeah, as you can see, I was able to kill his knight here, and he just quit. Maybe he got overwhelmed to the numbers of my army and to the multiple attempts of assaulting my base, but it failed, and multiple committed battles toward my units, and his units keep on losing, being wiped out by my helicopters. So as you can see here in the video, even you do have quite much up of units composition. If you do not know how to use them, if you do not know how to micromanage them, you will still lose. So if I was him, I'll be waiting for my helicopters to commit in the fight, and then I'll be sending my archers to target lock my helicopters. And or better, since I have a formidable ground units, what he can do is to train wind mages that are airborne, so he can target lock my helicopters at the back line. Even my helicopters are pulling out from the battlefield, his owls can actually chase my helicopters. So you just have to strategize what kind of units that you will be playing, and of course, the crucial part here is you know how to use those composition of units. You know when to pull them out. You know when to advance them. When you know when they can be salvaged, when they can be just dispose them. In every move you make, there must be a purpose. Okay? And make sure to every movement that you are doing, it is a respond to your opponent's move. Because if it is not, then you are just wasting a lot of resources. Well, that's it for me. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and watch my other videos that will guide you on how to play War Legends, especially in Dark Faction. Alright, bye for now and peace out.